My brother and sister-in-law planned their baby shower on the same day as my wedding. Them's is fighting words. It's a little early in the morning to be this angry. This story was posted in the Charlotte Del Rey YouTube subreddit. Hey Reddit, boy oh boy do I have tea for y'all. I, 25 male, met my beautiful fiance, 25 female, in September of 2024. I moved from my state to her state 3 months after we met so I could be closer to her. We got engaged in July 2025, exactly 10 months after we met, and we set the wedding date for March 14th. Oh, that's coming up. Wait, July 25. That's coming up. Ooh. No offense, but you'd think the females would be the ones bringing all the drama to our wedding, right? Not in this case. Ooh, fun. I love a little change of pace. My two older brothers, let's call them Dumb, aka Jay, 36 male, and Dumber, aka Pat, 33 male, have brought nothing but drama to my wedding. Okay. Drama is genderless, my friends. I asked both of my brothers to be groomsmen since I was the best man in Pat's wedding and also in Jay's wedding. They both said yes, and that's where the drama begins. A month later, Pat calls me and says he won't be able to make it to my wedding because his wife is pregnant and her due date is in late April. Mind you, my wedding is 5 to 6 weeks before her due date, and it's about a 4-hour drive. I brushed it off, congratulated him on the pregnancy, and moved on. I then asked another friend of mine, who's also out of state, let's call him Steve, if he would take Pat's place. He said yes. I'm just so confused as to why Pat dropped out of your wedding because his wife's due date is 5 to 6 weeks after your wedding. Like, maybe if the due date was on the wedding date, yeah, I would understand, but side eye. Come Black Friday, I decided to rent our suits since that's normally cheaper. It was about $175 on sale because of Black Friday for the suit, shoes, shirt, belt, and pants. Steve and Jay complained that it was too much money, that it was Black Friday, and since they have kids, they wouldn't be able to spend that much on renting a suit. Okay. They then reached out to me separately and asked if we could buy instead since that would be cheaper.
You sure about that?
So I gave in, and the suits, shoes, belt, shirts, and pants came out to a total of $250. So much for buying being cheaper. Fast forward to January, my fiance and I decided to have a joint bachelorette trip in the mountains since we figured it would be more fun with more people. The girls would do their own thing during the day, the guys would do their own thing, and we'd all do a group activity together in the evening. We decided to do it in January since Jay is an accountant and wouldn't have been able to do it sooner. After my fiance sent out all the details, Jay and Steve declined the invite to the batch trip. So wait, we're literally planning around these people and then they decline anyway? With friends like these, who needs enemies? So without my knowledge, my fiance had also included in the questionnaire she sent out whether the guys would want to save money and share a bed or pay extra to have their own bed. Jay and Steve saw this and started complaining behind my back. And my brothers and my dad then proceeded to call me gay for asking if the guys wanted to share a bed.
You can't get gayer than this.
The batch trip was absolutely incredible and so much fun. I am so relieved to hear that. Like, here's the thing. I kind of found, with obviously it hurts when people that are close to you seem to be the people that don't show up for you. But whenever they remove themselves from a situation, it's never at least not in my case, it's never a bad thing, it's still kind of fun and drama-less as well. Dare I say, if they did go, maybe it wouldn't have been as fun. A couple of weeks after the batch trip, my fiance gets a text from my sister-in-law, Pat's wife. She sent us save the dates for her baby shower. And wouldn't you know it, the baby shower is on March 14th. Yep, the same day as my wedding. Okay. Interesting choice. Okay, so I'm guessing you guys all have similar friends, family members. I like the audacity to send you an invite too, with the date on it. You obviously can't go. And I'm guessing most of your family members can't go. Hopefully they don't have to choose between the two events, but maybe some of them will feel the need to choose between them. That's also a lot. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if someone in my family announced that as if it's like,
Okay, well, now you have to pick.
and people like will have to do both in some way, like, not only is it financially irresponsible for like everyone attending or people that you want to attend, but it's also just like a huge pain in the for like, what if someone does want to go to both? Like, okay, so now I'm going to go to the wedding and then, or like go to the baby shower and then go to the wedding after, or like vice versa. And like, you're saying that it's like 4-hour drives away. That is so inconsiderate of like, not only you and your wedding date, but like everyone they know who might have to attend both or want to attend both. And that's all I have to say.
It's downright tacky.
A week later, they had the absolute audacity
The nerve, the gall, the audacity.
to send my fiance an invitation to the baby shower with a message that said, "We know y'all are far away, but we'd love it if you could come." And what, miss our wedding?
And yes, the gumption.
There are literally so many other weekends that they could have held a baby shower. Like, you're saying that there's like a 6-week difference. Why? Make it make sense. Like, if this isn't a way to steal your shine and cause drama, I don't know what is. The reason they're having the baby shower on my wedding day, in my speculation, is because my sister-in-law can't stand my family. So she chose our wedding day knowing none of my family would be able to attend, meaning only her family will be there.
Smart, actually.
Okay. I guess I kind of, but like, I still don't like it. Like, I still think that, like, what about you though? Like, your focus should be on your wedding day. You are absolutely not attending someone else's baby shower. And not only that, now they can't come to your wedding, I'm guessing, because they want you at their baby shower. Absolutely not. Update. A lot of people keep asking about my family and whether Pat is making them choose sides. No, my family can't stand Pat and Hilly. So even if they tried to pull that card, my family would still choose to come to my wedding without a second thought. Okay, well, that's a relief.
That is a relief.
It's a relief that people aren't having to choose between the two and you're going to lose wedding guests. My siblings and my dad will be there. My mom will not be attending as she passed 3 years ago. I'm sorry to hear that. Is there any other guests that they are going to be pulling away from your wedding that are going to have to choose between the two? Now for the part they'd probably prefer I leave out. This is not Pat and Hilly's first child.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. I mean, honestly, unpopular opinion, and I have expressed this opinion in the past. I think it makes sense to have like a first baby shower. I think it's a life event that, you know, like other than your wedding, that like most people that love you will be there, will shower you with gifts and diapers and all that. When it comes to subsequent children, it kind of heads into the like out of touch, not fair to everybody else territory, because like, what do you mean you're having another baby shower where people have to get you gifts?
It's all about me.
And furthermore, this is their third child. They already have 2 daughters and another girl on the way. Hilly has had 0 complications with any of her pregnancies or deliveries. This is not an emergency, not a crisis, and not some tragic circumstance. It's a conscious decision to hijack attention. And yes, it's exactly as selfish as it sounds. No, it 100% is incredibly selfish. Because like, what do you mean you're having a baby shower for your third child? Like, I don't know, maybe I'll feel differently once I have kids, but like me personally, I would feel so uncomfortable. Like I already felt uncomfortable with like the concept of like gifts in addition to like people taking time out of their day and work schedules to like come to my wedding. Like I specifically said on our wedding website, gifts were like not a requirement. Please just your presence is a present. I would feel personally so uncomfortable with the idea of asking people to give me a gift for my third child. In like, leave the other part out of it, like the whole stealing attention, like choosing to have it on a date where it's someone else's wedding that they should have attended. Yeah, no, that's pretty selfish, if I may say. And just when you think it can't get worse, there's more. The person who contacted my fiance was Hilly's best friend. For clarity, none of Hilly's friends have any relationship with my fiance or I. My fiance was intentionally added to make sure we knew that instead of celebrating our wedding, they would be celebrating themselves. This was calculated, unnecessary, and dripping with main character syndrome. Yeah. I know you said that like it was your brother that was like the men that are causing it, but like this is for sure like this is also your sister-in-law. Like make no mistake. So no, this isn't a misunderstanding. This isn't bad timing. This is two people repeatedly showing everyone exactly who they are. Honestly, like I said, babe, I know you like want your brother to be at your wedding. Like it would be nice if he would like be able to celebrate you, but it kind of just sounds like you're better off if he's not there. I hate to say it. And believe me, I've been there. But like, I think it's probably for the best. You know, let them have their baby shower. Let everybody in the family talk about how awful they are for choosing to do it on the same day as your wedding. Like they're embarrassing themselves at this point. Like everyone can see it. Like I'm objective here. I don't know the relationship between, you know, your brother and your family or your sister-in-law and your family. I don't know any of that, but like the choice to have their baby shower on the day of your wedding says a lot. Like them's is fighting words. So we do have an update.
How I have longed to hear those words.
I know, I love it when you say that. I know you love it when I say that. No, just say it again.
I was talking to my dad last night, and shockingly, the baby shower fiasco came up again.
Oh, there's a big surprise.
Turns out Pat and Hilly went over to my dad's house on Saturday, my condolences, and he confronted them about why the baby shower was scheduled on my literal wedding day. Pat immediately played dumb and claimed he had no idea it was on my wedding date and proceeded to claim that it was the only day they could host the shower. Be so for real. Which is hilarious considering he knew the date when I asked him to be a groomsman and when we got the save the date. Hilly openly admitted she knew it was the same day as our wedding, so yeah, that was a lie.
That was a lie.
For some background, because this behavior didn't come out of nowhere, back in August 2025, when I asked Pat and Jay to be my groomsmen, we were on a family vacation. Normally, my dad buys the groceries for these trips and doesn't expect anyone to pay him back. This time, before we even arrived, Pat and Hilly decided to go rogue, bought groceries for everyone without telling us, and then informed us we owed them $70 for each person/couple. No discussion, no heads up, just a Venmo request. Interesting. That's very interesting. So when your dad buys free groceries, they'll take it without complaint and seemingly forget. When they buy groceries, they want to be paid back immediately. Got it. At the time, my fiance and I had just gotten engaged. I genuinely couldn't afford it, especially since I had already paid my dad $450 for our share of the Airbnb, which is normal in my family and something we plan for months in advance. What I did not plan for was a surprise $70 grocery bill for food I didn't ask for and didn't know existed. Yeah, I mean, nobody knew that they were going grocery shopping, and you would have gotten it for free too. So like, however, I refused to pay it, considering I couldn't afford it and their lack of communication was not about to cost me $70. My refusal apparently caused too much drama, so my dad paid Pat the $70 on our behalf just to make it stop. Fast forward to this weekend, while visiting my dad, Pat mentioned that his wedding gift to me would be the $70 I never paid him. This is so funny! The $70 that he also got from your dad. So he wants to like make money. Absolutely not. My dad snapped and told him he already paid it. Pat then denied ever receiving the money confidently until Hilly finally corrected him and confirmed that yes, my dad did pay him. And because why not pile it on, Pat also complained about how expensive our wedding registry is before purchasing the cheapest item on it. This is from the same man who proudly put a $700 Yeti cooler on his registry a few years ago. So to recap, lies about the date, selective amnesia about money already paid, and complaints about how expensive my wedding registry is. To be honest, if they're going to choose to not attend your wedding, they better be buying the most expensive thing on that list. Maybe not the most expensive, but I'm always of the opinion that if you choose to not attend a wedding, you know, for monetary reasons whatsoever, you better be prepared to, like, at the very least, get a nice gift, you know?
So I got you this box.
Honestly, OP, this is cray-cray. Yes, the brothers are causing drama, but your sister-in-law is definitely causing drama too. Like I said, with people like this, honestly, it's just better that they're not there. You're barely gonna notice. Like, you might have a moment where it's like, man, like, I really wish I saw my brother when I was walking down the aisle. But other than that, like, that day is going to be about you, bestie. You're going to be surrounded by people who love you and want to celebrate you. It's going to be the best party of your life. You don't need this. And everyone's pointing out, don't buy them a baby gift. Don't. Just say, don't get me a wedding gift. I won't get you a baby gift. Let's call it square.
Even Steven.
I wouldn't even be buying them a baby. Like, okay, here's the thing. For brothers, sisters, like, you know, I would probably get a baby gift if it was the third baby. But an entire baby shower,
You're doing too much.
Or send a children's book. So your parents have main character syndrome. Or going NC at 18, a step-by-step guide. That's also nice. Yeah, I think the best thing to do, and everybody else in the comments is pointing this out too, just send your regrets.
I regret nothing. The end.
Say, sorry, can't attend your baby shower. I have a prior commitment. Lots of love. Enjoy your day. And that's it. Don't react. Don't get a rise out of them. And just kind of go low contact, I think, for a bit. Because, like, in this lifetime, you only have one wedding. If you have more, whatever. But, like, you know, you plan to have, only one wedding, right? That's what everybody wants.
Speak for yourself.
Baby showers, it's not the type of thing that you're supposed to have more than one of, in my opinion. Maybe that will change. My opinion might change. I still feel weird about it. And certainly not a baby shower, a third baby shower on a conflicting date where they are supposed to be at your wedding. Like, they consciously chose to not be there for you on your wedding day. Do not react. Go low contact. I promise you, you're going to have an amazing time at your wedding. And congratulations, by the way. We got some more family drama coming your way. And by the way, if you're watching this channel and you're not subscribed, I think like maybe 23% of you watch this channel and you don't subscribe. Please subscribe. Stay a while. Let's hang out.
Why don't you take your coat off and stay a while?
All right, this next one is also from the Charlotte Dubray YouTube subreddit. Am I the a-hole for asking my grieving boyfriend to set boundaries with his mom after she wears my bathing suit? I, 39 female, was dating Mark, 38 male, for almost 5 months when his dad sadly passed away from cancer. Oh, awful. It was awful, obviously. His dad was awesome, and Mark and him were very close. I tried to be supportive, respectful, give space, all that. But here's the thing. His mom. Before his dad passed, she was already a lot. Here's a list. FaceTimes my boyfriend 2 to 3 times every day. Shows up unannounced 3 to 4 times a week. She lives 45 minutes away. Does his laundry. Cleans his house. Cooks for him. Rearranges his furniture. Decorated his entire house. This man is 38. Ooh. See, and you best believe he's going to be looking for a replacement for his mom and a wife. I'm just saying, it's the way it goes. Every weekend, she would just appear at his house, where I also was, and sit there bad-mouthing his ex for hours in front of me, which felt like less bonding and more like an audition. Look how much I hated the last one. Meanwhile, she was syrupy sweet to my face in a way that made my skin itch. There's something about that that's like, makes me wonder if she's syrupy sweet to your, like when you're not there. Fast forward, his dad passes. I'm walking on eggshells because grief is brutal and I'm not a monster. One day, while I'm not there, she goes into his house and wears my bathing suit in the spa. Not a random spare, my bathing suit. I only find out because she takes it home with her to wash it. Okay. I think you would be much less mad about this situation if she had told you up front or if she had asked permission. I don't know how you feel about like hygiene and stuff. I really don't. When I go to a friend's place, my friend has a pool in her place.
Ooh, fancy pants.
She lets me borrow her bathing suit. It's no big deal, but I do take it home with me and wash it after that. I lend my friends my underwear sometimes. Not used underwear, just like underwear, you know? Like it's just like I'm never gonna get it back, but it's like they ask. They ask first. Usually it's okay, right? So let me repeat that. She drove 45 minutes home with my used bathing suit to wash it, even though she usually does her son's laundry at his place. Oh no, she was trying to hide it. Like 1000%. That was her trying to hide it because she knows she shouldn't have done that. After the bathing suit incident, I stayed quiet because she had just lost her husband. I didn't want to be the villain over swimwear. The next day, my boyfriend casually tells me he's turning his basement into an apartment for his mom so she can move in. Not a discussion, a decision. I took a few days to process, and then I asked to talk calmly. I said I understood she's grieving, but before she moves in, he needs to set boundaries. I think that's quite reasonable. I mentioned how intense things are already and that her wearing my bathing suit without asking made me uncomfortable. He got defensive immediately, took her side, and told me to leave. Then he gave me the silent treatment for 2 days. And after that, he dumped me by text. It hurts, but honestly, if asking for basic boundaries ends a relationship, it probably wasn't much of one to begin with. Here's the thing, guys. I know I always talk about preaching, boundaries and, like standing your ground when you feel uncomfortable about a situation and like people are kind of walking all over you and all that kind of stuff. Like, I have issues with it too. But it's also because the people that I set boundaries with are used to that. They're used to me not having, like, letting them do whatever they want. And unfortunately, when you set boundaries, you are going to lose people. You are going to lose people. People that don't respect your boundaries, okay? They don't respect you as a person. I think all you're doing is asking your boyfriend to just like, we're going to be sharing the same space. There needs to be like some boundaries here. And he doesn't want to do that.
So get rid of him.
He probably worships his mom. Like, she does everything for him and stuff like that. But he picked his mom over you at the end of the day. The good thing that happens when you set boundaries with people is that they're actually much less likely to f around and find out, Some people might be turned off by the idea of like you having a boundary. The good ones will respect that and not push your buttons anymore. Either way, in my opinion, you win. Quite frankly, this dude is 38. He's going to be living with his mom. I understand it's a time for them. Let him figure it out, Like, it's not going to be easy. Like, I don't think it's going to be... If I was dating a 38-year-old man and I went over to his house and I found out his mom lived in his basement, like, I'm sorry, but, like, that would be, like, a hard pass for me.
Run!
You only lost 5 months on this guy. It's a difficult time for them. It is what it is. You set a boundary. He also has a greater stake in it because he lost his dad and, he's seeing his grieving mother and stuff like that. It's just bad timing. And, it is what it is. He needs to do what he needs to do for his mom. And unfortunately, that doesn't include you. But I think it's probably best for both of you. Am I the a-hole for asking your grieving boyfriend to set boundaries with his mom after she wears my bathing suit? Like, no. I think that that's like a reasonable thing to do. You're not the a-hole just because the relationship ended and like, he chose his mom over you. And don't let it stop you from setting boundaries in the future. Am I the a-hole for not changing my bachelorette party location so my sister-in-law can attend? I, 27 female, and my fiance, 28 male, have decided to start planning our wedding for 2026. We've been engaged since 2023, and honestly, life has just been hard, and we've been trying to get financially secure before having our wedding. I've already been married before, and it was a courthouse wedding. My fiance has never been married before, so we're both pretty set on having an actual wedding where both of our families can attend. We've been together for 7 years this coming Halloween, and 5 of the 7 years we lived with his brother, his wife, and their growing family. They went from 0 kids to basically a football team within 4 years. My brother-in-law, let's call him Mike, and his wife, let's call her Katie, are in the bridal party as a groomsman and a bridesmaid. Mike is very stuck in his own ways and is very narcissistic. If it's not his way, it's not happening. No benefit to him, doesn't happen. Everything is his, nothing was ours, and Katie, deep down, I don't believe is like that, but I believe Mike has rubbed off on her and she's just adapted. We finally get out on our own and are growing our own family. My son, 9 years old from a previous marriage, and the son we have together. He proposed in September of 2023 after spending his last dollar on my ring. And then life happened, and we just haven't gotten around to planning until recently. They had a situation happen where they lost everything except their car and furniture. So them and their 4 children, 14 male, 5 male, 4 female, and 1 female, moved in with us for 6 months. We didn't charge rent.
There's always room for family.
We didn't ask for much. We even paid some of their bills, sometimes to help out. They cleaned every day and used their food stamps to fill the house with food. In the midst of their crisis and living with us for free, they thought it would be a good idea to get pregnant again. Okay. One day, I sit down in my living room with Mike, Katie, and my fiance, and we're talking about the wedding and the bridal party, who's going to do what and stand where, etc. My 2 best friends are obviously bridesmaids. Katie speaks up and says, I don't care as long as bridesmaid 2 doesn't walk with Mike. I don't like her. He can walk with bridesmaid 1. Okay. I didn't like that she started up telling me who I can have where in my wedding, and honestly, the way things lined up, Mike was going to be walking with bridesmaid too. It wasn't intentional, but I'm not changing my wedding plans to make her more comfortable. Okay. To some degree, I can understand like not liking someone and not wanting someone to walk down the aisle with my husband. But like at the same time, like what is that? 10 seconds, 20 seconds out of my life? Yeah, I don't feel like that's a hill that I'm willing to die on, but anyways, I'll let you continue. Mike was and is still upset with my fiance for not making him best man and is now refusing to give a speech at the wedding or participate in any planning of the bachelor party, donating any money, or just helping in any way at all.
Okay, and?
Tale as old as time. A couple of months later, I get with my maid of honor and we're planning my bachelorette party in a town in Tennessee. None of us have money really like that, so I find it easier to just be a part of the planning to help budget and keep things cheap but fun. Small Airbnb, couple small bars, dancing, and a small shopping day. The trip itself is 2 nights. My brother-in-law comes up to me one day and says,
Why are you having your bachelorette trip here? You know Katie isn't allowed to go there because of our history.
our history. She feels excluded and like you guys aren't really friends because of it. You should change the location. And gave me a list of locations his wife is allowed to go to. I beg your finest pardon. Allowed? What do we mean by allowed? Like legally, is she not allowed to go to this state or something? Or do you just not like it when she goes there, sir? For context, these two have tried to control every aspect of my wedding. Who stands where, who wears what, where the wedding is. Mike even tried to turn my wedding day into a music video shoot since we have the property rented and we should use it to the fullest extent before we leave at the end of the night. I said, I understand why you don't want her going there, but I don't really see how she considers us friends. He looked angry and asked me what I was talking about. I proceeded to bring up all the time she took my clothes without ever returning them after I asked, and if she's seen me wearing something of hers, she'll throw a tantrum until I took it off. How she tells me I need to submit to my fiance and have as many babies as he wants me to have. Okay, I have to say, I feel kind of sad for her. How when we worked together any day, I wasn't there. She would talk about how much money I owed them, talk bad about my parenting and how she didn't like me and couldn't wait until I was out of her house for good. Okay, I almost felt bad for her there for a second. But like, let's unpack this for a second. Cause like, it kind of sounds like your brother-in-law is quite controlling. Maybe you're right. Maybe some of that is like coming off on her. But it kind of is hard to feel bad for someone. Like, she's not like a shrinking violet, you know what I mean? Like, she's not just like a battered housewife. She seems to be also participating in the general fury of this marriage. Anyways, he said, regardless of that, I should be considerate and change the location of my bachelorette so she can attend. Sounds like he's used to pushing people around, including his wife. More context, we live 2 hours away from my family and 2 hours away from my fiance's family. Most of my bridal party will not be attending my bachelorette for that reason due to work and kids. My bachelorette party is going to be me, my maid of honor, one other bridesmaid, and just a couple friends that live in the same town as us. I told him their history is not my problem and I'm not ruining my good time and rearranging my whole wedding for them. I'm so confused as to what history you're talking about.
America's Most Wanted.
It's my wedding and I will have who I want where I want them. And I will have my bachelorette where I want to have it, especially considering I'm paying for most of it. Period. Stand on business.
Okay, period. Okay.
Period?
Period.
He shut up about it that night, but periodically keeps bringing it back up and trying to make me change it around to accommodate them. But I keep refusing, and my fiance refuses also, telling me to do what I want to do and not worry about anyone else. At this point, I'm ready to not even have her as a bridesmaid. She's only a bridesmaid out of obligation anyway, to be honest. Plus, my fiance has 8 groomsmen, and I only had 7 bridesmaids. I want my wedding to be aesthetically pleasing, so she's basically a filler anyway.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel?
But for the sake of my sanity, I'm willing to take the title away from her to remove any more obligations to include her in my bachelorette. To add, I'm not having it where it's planned to exclude her in any way, shape, or form. I've just never been to the town it's in, and I've heard great things. She grew up in the town over from it, so they're very close to each other. So, am I the a-hole for saying no, or should I just conform and change my party location? I think you know the answer to that, babes. Like, I understand that this is something that's causing a rift in your family, but like, it's clear that your brother-in-law is used to pushing people around. It's your wedding. It's your bachelorette at the end of the day. And like, I'm very like, I wish you would be a little more forthcoming. Oh, there's more context. Oh, I see. Okay, so there's more context as to why she's not allowed in this town. So some background on how these two people are. My 1-year-old and their 1-year-old share a birthday. Not because of divine intervention, but when they learned my fiance and I were trying for a baby, they also started trying. They took over my gender reveal to have their own, took over my baby shower to have their own, as well as turned my son's first birthday party into a birthday party for their own. Mind you, the only guests at either celebration was my family and my fiance's family only, not anyone from their family, not any of their friends. My due date was Christmas and hers was before, about a week. So they scheduled their induction date for my due date.
Oh, hell no!
They're obsessed with you or whatever. I'm just saying, this is weird. Once they saw I wasn't in labor, yet intentionally missed their appointment and waited until I went into labor before going to their OB and being induced on the same day, giving birth 5 hours after me. What in the flying is this? What the This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Boulder Dash. Who are these people? They're weird. It's not just about them trying to control or determine what happens on my wedding day. It's about them refusing to let anyone have attention anywhere and making sure it's about them every day, all day, and everything they do. Honestly, I don't know how you're around these people. Like, this is like, they're literally stealing your life. So, small update. A bunch of people in the comments are suggesting that you just demote them and have them be guests. They're not going to like that, just FYI. So, OP is going to speak to them about the change. We'll add an update after we talk. Update. My fiance and I spoke with them about everything and decided it would be best that they didn't participate in the wedding. We told them we would gladly still have them as guests, but any title of groomsman or bridesmaid was being taken due to obvious issues. They both got livid with us. I told you. I told you so.
Gotta deal with it, honey.
And began cursing and yelling, telling us how they deserve to be in our wedding and they won't come if they don't have their titles.
Oh no. Oh, please, no. Please come. It won't be the same without you.
Probably a good thing. We told them it was up to them whether or not they come, but we're not changing our minds. After more yelling, we left and have not heard from them at all. Mother-in-law and father-in-law have called us to tell us they agree with our decision and to ignore anything coming from brother-in-law and his wife. Well, good. So, commonly asked questions. She's not allowed in this town because she has a history of cheating on him with men she went to school with. Okay. That definitely adds some color. When I said nobody from their family showed up to baby shower and gender reveal, I meant her family. Nobody from her side showed up. And the people that did show up were only prepared for a baby shower gender reveal for us. But when they arrived, she showed up in a dress with a mom-to-be sash, and they both flipped their lid when they realized nobody got anything from them. Well, yeah. Something tells me, like, there's a reason why they don't have anybody attend these things. It kind of sounds like lots of people wouldn't want to be around them. Just saying, like, I don't want to be around them. They no longer live with OP, haven't for a month. They lived with us for 6 months for free. We lived with them for 5 years, and we were charged $1,200 a month for 1 bedroom in their home. I had 5 to 6 bridesmaids when this started. My fiance had 8 groomsmen. So I asked a couple more girls since there would be balance at the ceremony and it wouldn't look uneven. I had my bridesmaid decided before he decided to order his groomsmen, so technically he's the one who plays brother-in-law with bridesmaid too. They are the only couple in the bridal party, so it's not like I could pair everyone off that way to prevent issues. Yes, I could move the other bridesmaid she doesn't like, but I know if it was her wedding, she would not do the same for me. After the history, I'd be like, F you, I'm not doing anything for you. Okay, I wouldn't buckle to these people at all. Like, they have single-handedly hijacked most of your life events in the past few years. I wouldn't compromise one bit for these people. In fact, I would make them uncomfortable and force them to not attend my wedding. If they're not trying to steal the shine in this way and they're already trying to push you around, imagine what they do on the actual day.
We decided to renew our vows today because since everybody's here. By the way, we're pregnant again.
Like, on your wedding day. Like, I'm dead serious. These people have a history of this. I wouldn't want these people near me in any way, shape, or form. And I understand their family, but like, just because you're family, that does not give you the right to push people around. So, am I the a-hole for not changing my bachelorette party location so my sister-in-law can attend? No, I would keep that location because she can't attend. This is a good thing. No, you're not the a-hole. Advice needed. I need advice. Attention-seeking cousin ruined my birthday and is planning to ruin my birthday party. Seems like we have a little bit of a theme for today's video. Ooh, love a theme party. My sister, who I'll just call Sis, and I just turned 30, both female. I wasn't there for this event as I was celebrating with my partner and friends, but since our birthday fell on the day of the Super Bowl, we are in the US, sadly.
My condolences.
My parents hosted some people at their house and had cake with my sister to wish her a happy birthday and all that jazz. My cousin, 27 female, who I will call Dana, is a hot mess express. The thing is, she used to be married and was the first one of the cousins, 9 in total, to get married. She's also the first to get divorced and is now with a guy who I'll call Gabe for a little less than a year. My immediate family theorizes that since Dana's brother Zane, fake name, is getting married in May, it's making Dana miss the spotlight. So, on the day of my and my sis's actual birthday, Dana made the announcement that she is 14 weeks pregnant, also sending our cousin group chat the same announcement, which was how I found out. My immediately family shared their worries about Dana wearing white to Zane's wedding, but now show up pregnant is a definite way to steal the spotlight.
People have their own lives.
Okay, I mean, interesting choice of timing to announce it. It's so weird how it's like, we have to wait, we have to make sure it's not on the same day. Like, listen, there are certain times where it's like, it's kind of hard to plan around all the special days of everybody else, right? Do I think that she could have chosen to announce it maybe the day after? Yeah, maybe. Sis texted me saying she felt hurt that not only was our birthday more or less put on the back burner for the Super Bowl, but now it's being overshadowed by a pregnancy announcement. While I wasn't there, I was mostly annoyed that Dana would choose a day meant for a birthday celebration and make it all about herself. She evidently started to hold her belly even though she wasn't even showing and was getting princess pregnancy treatment, thus making the day more about her than Sis. Okay. I mean, there is the thought that like the whole family was together, so maybe she... I don't know. Is it that deep? It might be that deep. You know your family better than I do. I don't know.
I will make you the villain of this story.
But let's continue. Now on to the main subject. Sis messaged me saying Dana told her she knew the gender of the baby and she plans on announcing it at the next family party, which would be celebrating our birthday. Dana wants to essentially hijack our birthday again and make the day about her and her baby. Just tell her no. Like, with someone like this, it's like, just tell her no, you know? Personally, I don't think anything will come of it since there's like 6 birthdays among my extended family, whose birthdays we're also celebrating that day, but still. The nerve to not only try to shift the attention away from 6 people and make it about yourself, but to pull one of the birthday people aside and let them know of the plan ahead of the time. She didn't even ask. The party's going to be held at our parents' house. She just told Sis that she's going to do it. I really need advice on how to handle this. I've never been in a situation like this before. Our whole extended family has been drama-free thus far. I'm thinking about getting like a special 30th birthday tiara or something for me and Sis to wear during the party, but I don't know. Any help or advice is appreciated. Here's the thing though, you're also celebrating like 6 other people's birthday on the same day, you know? I'm fully of the opinion that like family gatherings are like a fair place to want to like announce things like engagements or pregnancies or whatever. But like, I think maybe it doesn't have to be on the day where it's celebrating somebody else. Like I was recently at a baby shower. I was sitting next to a woman who, you know, we were having a great time chatting away, like, but I noticed that she didn't order alcohol. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I mean, I clocked it like right away. She got like non-alcoholic champagne or something like that. And we're just chatting and stuff. And I, was also talking about starting a family, et cetera, et cetera. Don't get excited. We're just like thinking about it. And she quietly, just because we were talking about it, said, like, I'm actually pregnant right now. There was this moment of like, oh my God, that's so exciting. But it was quiet. Like it was quiet. It was not her baby shower. It was not her place to announce anything. No one else at the baby shower, apart from the 2 people that we were sitting by, knew about it. And she wanted to keep it that way. And we all wanted to keep it that way because at the end of the day, that this was not her place or event to announce her own pregnancy. And it's also like, you know, she was early and like it kind of made sense to her to just sort of like, I think people wait until like the second trimester. It's like quite normal to wait. But she did the guest of honor the courtesy of not making the day about herself. You know, like there was a moment where we said, oh my God, congratulations. But no, the day did not become about her, like in any way, shape, or form. If it's up to the guest of honor, like let's say you're a really gracious person and you don't mind sharing the spotlight and, you know, you heard about like someone else's pregnancy and it was your baby shower or something and you took a moment out of your day to be like, and by the way, like I hear we also have like a few other examples of good news or what, I don't even know. The point is like if the guest of honor chooses to say, I also want to share this day, like let's take a moment to just be like, you know, a lot of other people are pregnant right now and like this is, you know, this day isn't just about me, it's about you. You know what I mean? If the guest of honor chooses to share it, then it's fair. But I think it's social decorum. Have some social decorum with these things. It's impossible to plan around everybody's anniversaries, birthdays, you know, baby showers, all these things. But like if the family gathering coincides with the celebration of somebody else, it's not an appropriate time to take that away from them. So, advice on how to handle it. I mean, first of all, like I would send your cousin a text.
Communicate.
Maybe not you, maybe the person that she told. Your sister, I'm guessing. Sister needs to reach out to Dana and be like, hey, like, honestly, we are so excited for your pregnancy and like, obviously so anxious to hear the gender, but I feel like I would be more comfortable if we waited for a day to announce the gender. Like maybe we can all throw like a gender reveal for you, or like maybe we can all get together like for not for drinks, but like, you know what I mean? Like let's go for lunch or something like that and like have a day where we go and celebrate you. Like I think I would be more comfortable if this day was about me and my sister. We haven't, you know, had a chance to celebrate together, and I would hope that you're okay with that. And if she still, you know, kind of does it anyway, then be mad. Okay, so this was another thing that I was wondering. OP added, like, when your cousin announced her pregnancy, did she wish you guys a happy birthday? I'm curious about that. And OP had answered this. Because my memory's sporadic, I want to add, Sis is the type of person to be the first to wish someone a happy birthday in our cousin group chat. On our birthday date, nobody had said anything, which kind of stung. It wasn't until after Dana had made her pregnancy announcement that others started to congratulate her and also wish us a happy birthday. Kind of update. I've been loving all these petty ideas. I've read all the comments and I've been quite tickled by the replies. Ooh, maybe I should head down there. Head down into the comment section. There's only two things to do. One, make your birthday party a pub crawl and apologize to her for not being able to attend on the account of the baby. Two, go all out, theme your birthday something like horror movies or zombies versus wizards. Heavily encourage heavy makeup, people going all out. Tell them there'll be a prize for best dressed. If your cousin tries to do anything to hijack, any photo she takes will be of her surrounded by gory things trying to eat her and her stomach. That is very funny. That is so creative.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Oh my goodness, that is very, very funny. I really enjoy that. I mean, okay, that is very funny. That is a funny way to go about it. I was like, okay, let's just like communicate our feelings, but like, well, me, right? You could also do it like that. Sometimes it doesn't really help to communicate our feelings. Maybe it makes sense to do the petty thing.
Petty girl.
Get the tiaras, but set them aside. Then at the beginning of the party, announce in a wine glass tapping dramatic way. Ding, 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 ding. Dana told Sis she wants to do the gender reveal today at our birthday party. So over to you, Dana. Ooh. Hand her a mic even. Then after she does it, snatch that mic back and announce, now back to why we're here. Present each other with birthday tiaras, party back on, yay. And I would even do a final flourish with party poppers over each other's heads while the cake gets wheeled in by mom, all lit with candles. The whole shebang. To be extra petty, cut an extra big slice for Dana, exclaiming, here's an extra big one for you, seeing how you're eating for two. Ooh, you guys, Jesus. Some people are saying announce it before her, find out what the gender is, announce it before her, ruin it for her. I don't know. I kind of like the idea. I kind of like the either like the pub crawl, but like she could still go, you know, like you can be pregnant and still go to a pub crawl, just not drink. I like the like theme party thing. That's very funny.
Why not both?
I feel like having a theme party is a really good way to, you know, not only have it be probably something that she won't want pictures of as her gender reveal, but like people are going to be so focused on like the theme and that they'll probably not really give her that much attention over it. I don't know. I'm still a fan of communicating it.
Like an adult.
And if she still refuses, then do the like either of those options, I think. I've gotten the chance to talk to Sis and our mother about it. Sis is wanting to let it go, be grumbly, that Dana decided to overshadow her birthday again by making another pregnancy announcement as well as announcing the gender of the baby. Sis says that while she's hurt, she'd rather take it on the chin and let Dana steal the spotlight in this instance rather than at the weddings, but she'll be visibly pregnant, so she'll probably be stealing the spotlight anyway. She won't. Ugh. Let's also come to terms with the fact that like people have their own lives. Sometimes they're going to be pregnant for your wedding. I had several pregnant women at my wedding. It ain't no thing, okay? That day is going to be about you, make no mistake. Our mom said that our grandparents are excited about the announcement and mom was kind of guilted into going along with it. Be the bigger person, blah, blah, blah. I also predict the announcement will be made at the start of the shindig and then we'll divide into grown-ups and kids. Cousins like to hang out together rather than strictly with the parents, with the grown-ups being the ones to mostly fawn over Dana. Ugh, this is super annoying and like, I don't know. I'm still of the opinion that like maybe there's a petty way if she does announce it to just be like, okay, well, let's do presents, you know? Can we get the cake going? Like just to like divert the attention back to you guys. I don't know. It kind of just sounds like she's just that type of person. And believe me, there's lots of those types of people. We've literally done an entire video on it, many videos on it. I still think that talking to her would be good, but maybe a few petty comments wouldn't be the worst idea ever. Am I the a-hole for accidentally telling my parents about my sister's pregnancy because I was tired of keeping the secret? Go on. I, 24 female, have a younger sister, 21 female. We're not really close, but we're not enemies either. We always had a competitive sibling dynamic. About 2 months ago, she told me she was pregnant. It wasn't planned, and she was freaking out about how our parents would react. They're pretty traditional and can be judgmental. She made me promise not to tell anyone. Like, full, you cannot say a word until I'm ready, serious. I agreed, but I was hesitant about it. She still lives at home, and I visit my parents pretty often. My mom kept making comments to me about how my sister has been moody and gaining weight and asked if I knew what was going on. Every time I had to pretend I didn't. I'm starting to get tired of keeping this up quickly. I also felt weirdly left out of everything. She wouldn't update me much, but expected me to cover for her constantly. I was lying to keep her cover, but I had no idea what was going on and I felt used. Yeah, she definitely should not have told you. And like, I feel like your mom knows what's going on. Like, I'm sorry, but like...
My mother knows.
Moody, gaining weight, like she knows what's going on. Like you're not drinking. Like I'm going to be like, when I choose to have a child,
Boom. A child.
it's going to be so obvious because like I am not the type of person to say no to a margarita. I'm literally just not. Like I might take, you know, a month off of drinking here and there for my mental health, for, you know, like because I have like fitness goals or something, but like it is very unlike me to say no to a drink. And for those of you who are a little worried about me, just so you know, like I don't drink like at home. Like I don't like drink wine. Like we actually have so much liquor that people have given us over the last year because we got engaged and married. And like we have so much liquor because we literally do not drink at home. So like just FYI, at social functions, I am known to say yes. With that being said, me saying no, they're gonna know. Last weekend, my mom directly asked me if my sister was pregnant. I hesitated and finally gave in. I think you should talk to her. I told you she knew. Which obviously confirmed it. My mom confronted her immediately. It turned into a huge blow-up fight. My sister is furious and said I betrayed her and stole the chance for her to tell them on her own terms. Hold on though, because like, no. Like you did kind of confirm it, but like only because you were forced to lie about it again and again. And I don't think you would have confirmed it if your mom didn't already guess. I told her I didn't outright say she was pregnant. I just didn't deny it. And honestly, I was tired of carrying the secret around my parents. She says I made it about me because I was uncomfortable for a few weeks while she's been dealing with something life-changing. Now she won't answer any of my texts. Part of me feels guilty because I did promise, but another part of me feels like I shouldn't have been put in that position in the first place. I think your mom was gonna know. Like, I think it's obvious. There's so many hormonal changes. Like, you look different when you're pregnant. Like, you just do. I do agree with your sister that like this was something that she told you in confidence and stuff, but like I get where she's coming from as well. But I don't think it's fair to like ask people to lie for you for like extended periods of time. It's also not the type of thing that you can hide for very long, honestly. You cannot hide the bump. You just can't. I just, I swear, the minute I gain like 10 pounds, everyone's like, are you pregnant? I see a pouch. I'm like, no, babe, I just have fat. It's just, yeah, it's just a hard thing to hide. That being said, I do kind of understand where your sister's coming from. I think it was kind of getting to the point where she should have told her herself. Then again, it's not really up to you. Could you have lied to your mom? Yes. But I think that you could have also like maybe just said, I don't know, like just play dumb, right? And then maybe gone to your sister and been like, by the way, like mom, she seems to know, like I kept your secret but like I'm feeling uncomfortable with like how long I'm being forced to keep this secret. Mom's asking me questions. I'm being forced to lie for you. You should tell our mom. I think I would have preferred that. I'm just saying. Still love you though. So people in the comments are saying, I was ready to vote the other way, but then you got to how you told your mom and she knew. Clearly, it was becoming increasingly obvious. It had been 2 months. The changes were apparently noticeable. If you had told your mom no, she probably would have known you were lying, and that wouldn't do anyone any good. So I have to say, not the a-hole. I understand why your sister is mad, but it's kind of on her. 2 months is too long to keep it going under those circumstances. But that doesn't make her an a-hole. It just makes her someone who failed to figure out an effective plan in a reasonable amount of time before it would be obvious. Maybe the parents are a-holes for being judgmental, but I can't confidently say that in this situation with the information that I have. Okay, I agree there. I actually don't feel like the sister's the a-hole either. I think that she has a right to tell her parents on her own time. I don't think that you were an a-hole. I just kind of wish that you handled it a bit better. Agreed, 2 weeks, sure. You could have kept the secret. 2 months. Sis will be showing pretty soon, so the jig will be up. She roped OP in and then made it their problem. OP responded, this is how I feel. I just don't understand what her game plan was to do. I kept it for as long as myself I could. I'm human. I'm not a liar. Okay, I get that. I do get that. Promising to keep a secret isn't the same as promising to lie to cover it up. Not the a-hole. There's a lot of emotions and stress about this pregnancy, and I'm sure it's just being directed at OP. But OP, you did nothing wrong. You did not tell your mom she was pregnant. Your mom already thought she was because your sister's behavior suggested it. You didn't give it away. She did. Yeah. No, I would agree with that. She's definitely directing her anger toward you. I don't think you're the a-hole. I don't know if she's the a-hole either, honestly. It was just an unfortunate situation. Could you have sort of like said to your mom, like, oh, I'm not sure. I don't know. And then like gone to your sister and been like, by the way, like, I think mom knows. Like, I didn't tell her, but like she came to me and said this. Like, you should probably tell her soon. And like, if you want me to help you find a way to tell her, let's do that. My personal opinion. Not the a-hole, but could have handled it a little differently, if I may say so. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe!